Hey Aquarius, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Aquarius. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So we have the Two of Mirrors. This is the Two of Swords. Let's see what else we can get. I'm already kind of picking up on possibly a choice this person had to make. The Ten of Mirrors, the Ten of Swords, Four of Flutes. This is the Four of Cups. Okay, yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with this person. I hope you can see what's on these cards, but the key word on the Ten of Mirrors, which would be the Ten of Swords in traditional tarot, is rejected here. So there's a lot of mental energy here. A couple more cards. We have the Five of Mirrors, Five of Swords, and the Knight of Rings, or the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, let's look at this. Sorry, I was taking a peek at the bottom of the deck energy here. So we have the Three of Rings, which would be the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, let's look at this. Already, like right off the bat, I get really strong Libra energy for you for this connection. Also a lot of air energy in general, like I was talking about. There's a lot of mental energy here. So we could be looking at Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Also picking up on some Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming through pretty strong here. So like I was saying with this Two of Mirrors energy, this person may have had to make a choice between you and someone else, or between this situation with you, this connection with you, and another situation in their life. And I feel like if this is the case, if they've had to make this decision, it kind of feels to me like these two situations in this person's life are in, they could be in opposition. So this connection with you could be in opposition to something else that this person has going on in their life, another choice that they had to make, or a decision that they had to make. I feel like this choice that they've had to make is beating them up inside. It feels like it's causing them a lot of internal conflict. If we look at this Two of Mirrors card, this is a fight of some sort, and this does feel like it could be internal, or it kind of feels like it might be the two scenarios in this person's life, whether this is two different people or two different situations. It's like there's a conflict between these two people or these two situations, something that doesn't feel like it will fit together to this person. So it's causing a lot of conflict to them because it feels like they have to choose between one or the other, or like they did choose one, and like that choice is causing a lot of conflict for them. The interesting part is, a lot of times the message with the Two of Swords energy is that when we're faced with a difficult decision, it's best, kind of like the best course of action is to use our own intuition, to let our intuition guide you. But with this person's energy, I feel like they don't feel that they can trust their own intuition right now. Or like their intuition is telling them to take one action or to choose one option or one path, but they don't feel like that option is available to them for some reason. I feel like this is God, why do I get this energy? Like this person really could have ghosted you out of nowhere with this Ten of Mirrors energy, Ten of Swords. They could have left you with this feeling of being rejected or being pushed aside. This can also kind of indicate this person's fear of being rejected themselves. That I feel like there is a fear for them that's showing up here. If this connection left off on like kind of a bad foot, like after an argument or after some harsh words being exchanged or something like that, I feel like the way they acted, towards you is the cause of some of this fear of them being rejected. They're dealing with a lot of this right now. It's like weighing very heavy on them. They feel that they have already been rejected, or they see themselves being rejected in this connection, which I find interesting, because honestly, for a lot of you, the energy I'm picking up on from this is that this person left you, I feel like they might have left you hanging. So it might have even given you this feeling of being rejected, being ignored, being ghosted out of nowhere. Maybe there's no explanation here, but it's like I'm feeling that on both sides of this connection. So whether this person is justified in feeling this way or not, whether they caused this scenario or not, there's still a lot of fear coming up for them that they will be rejected in this connection. Interesting. I think something about the way this person behaved is weighing really heavy on them right now. Something that they said or did is really, like I was saying, it's beating them up inside. They're kind of fighting this battle inside all the time when they're thinking about this connection. And when they replay it, they think they won't be accepted. They think they won't be forgiven. I feel like they also think that they may have made the wrong choice in some way when it comes to you. The interesting thing is, whatever this person chose over this connection, and I don't even know if for a lot of you, if you know like specifically what that is. I do think some of you know what they chose over the connection with you, whether they poured themselves into work, whether they poured themselves into a new connection, something like that. But it feels to me like whatever they chose over this connection, they are feeling at this point that they may have made the wrong decision, because whatever they picked isn't satisfying them anymore with this Four of Flutes energy. They're not getting the satisfaction that they thought they would from this choice that they've made. They're not feeling happy with the outcome and the way things are playing out. I feel like for a lot of you, this person even suspected that they wouldn't be happy with the choice that they made. But now I just get this feeling like they feel a little bit stuck. They feel stuck in the choices that they have made in the past, the decisions they made, the situation they got themselves in. They're feeling stuck in that right now. They really may be in another relationship, and that could be the reason that they are silent, because it wouldn't be appropriate. There could even be a lot of conflict going on in this new relationship where it's like it's not appropriate for them to reach out to you, to contact you. This new person that they have in their life may not want them to do that, or they might feel that there's no good opportunity to contact you. But something that they have going on in their life is really just, it's like it's not doing it for them anymore. Gosh, I feel like this person knew. I feel like that's where this idea of intuition is coming in with the Two of Swords energy. It's like they had an intuitive hit before they ever made this decision, or before they ever stepped away from this connection, that they weren't going to be happy if they did that. They had an intuitive knowing, but they still went in this direction. Yeah. If this person is in a new relationship, I just have to tell you, and I do feel kind of bad for them, because if this is a new relationship, there's a lot of conflict in this new relationship. If this is some other scenario that they have going on in their life, there's a lot of conflict, or there's a lot of internal debate about this the scenario that they chose to move toward. Yeah, they feel defeated right now. They feel defeated by the way that things have played out for them. They're lost in kind of wondering and dreaming about how things would have gone if they had made that different choice. Yeah, I can tell you for sure looking at this that there is a lot of there's a lot of conflict and there's a lot of drama in this person's life right now. And this could be coming from a lot of directions. This could be coming from a romantic relationship that they're in, that honestly they want to get out of, it looks like. This could be coming from family issues, family drama. It could be work issues. But it feels like there's a lot of I just keep with the word drama. It just feels like there's a lot of drama, whether this is internal or external. But for this person, it all feels very dramatic. It all feels very emotional. And I also get the feeling that they feel alone in this. So they might not have anybody that they can talk to about whatever's going on in their life, or they feel like they don't. And I feel like they might want to reach out to you about whatever drama's going on, but something about a choice that they made, or words that they said, or something that they've done in this connection with you is making them feel like they can't reach out to you. Like that support might not be there anymore if they were to reach out to you. So they're feeling kind of alone right now. I feel like a person or a situation in their life is kind of playing the role of keeping them from you, or it's keeping, I'm kind of hearing that for some of you it could be reversed. There's a situation in either their life or in your life that they are feeling like is keeping the two of you apart. This could also be your energy. This could be your energy. So I think for a lot of you, you can point directly to the scenario that might be giving you this feeling that something's standing in the way of this connection, whether that's a person or a situation, a circumstance in this person's life. I feel like they're blaming themselves for an external situation, or they're blaming this person if there's a person to blame for this external situation. This person's kind of blaming the situation in their life or blaming this person in their life. But what's interesting about this is they don't place all of the blame externally. Some of this blame is also pointed right back at them. So they are blaming this situation. Like if it's their job, they're saying, I never should have chosen this path. This is actually too stressful. I'm actually not happy. Or if this is another relationship that this person is in, which for a lot of you, I think this is another relationship, they're saying to themselves, they're not happy with this relationship with this person. And they may even blame this person for keeping them from this scenario with you that I think is like, it's more satisfying for them. But at the same time, they're blaming themselves a lot. Because they see that at one point in time, they had a choice. They had a decision to make. And they're thinking now that they made the wrong decision. It feels like they felt like they had a say in the matter at some point, and now they don't feel like they have those choices anymore. Like some of the options have been taken off the table for them. They don't feel like they have the choice to fix this. They don't feel like they have all the options that they once had, and they kind of go back to that place where they made that decision. It's almost like I'm seeing a fork in the road, so they take themselves right back to the time when they were standing right at that fork in the road and they decided to go left when they should have gone right, or vice versa. So they're kind of replaying that. Yeah, and with this Four of Flutes energy, I'm looking at this, it's like this person feels trapped by their circumstances. They feel like something is holding them at a distance from you. And for some of you, that could be a physical distance. I do get the feeling that there's a circumstance in their life or another relationship in their life that's leading to this separation. But there could also be, for some of you, the added element of a physical distance, because it does feel like something is holding them at a distance from you. Or that could be the entire... I feel like for some of you, that might be the entire issue. For a lot of you, it's a physical distance and a circumstance in their life, which is kind of a double whammy. I think that's why this is so overwhelming for them and why they're in this defeated energy, this Ten of Swords energy that's very defeated. But for some of you, this person may have even chosen to move away and they thought they would be happier. They, you know, they looked forward to this new journey that they were going to go on, but they're not satisfied with the place that they are right now. It feels like they want to devise a way out of this situation, but they haven't really figured out how to break free. The Knight of Pentacles energy, or this Knight of Rings energy, this card actually says the late bloomer on it. So I feel like whatever's going on in their life right now, they view it as a very delicate situation. Like there may be people involved in this situation that they don't want to hurt. I feel like even just with the situation with you, they don't want to hurt you, or they don't want to have caused you any pain. So it's making the situation very delicate, but they might be kind of involved in a scenario where they don't want to there might be children involved here. I'm kind of seeing that for some of you. That's a message for some. It's not coming through that strong, but I do feel like this person might have somebody that's depending on them, or they're in a relationship where they feel like they've made some sort of commitment, and they're trying to basically, they're trying to be very methodical and very thoughtful in a lot of ways, like very carefully considering how to handle this situation. And it could also be that a lot of this fear that they have of being rejected, or of not being accepted after whatever actions they've taken, whatever choice they made that they think is wrong, that fear could be making them drag their feet a little bit. Yeah, I feel like they're really slow to take action right now. And honestly, I think that's because they aren't really sure what action to take that won't cause more problems. It's like, I feel like this person is in damage control mode right now, and a lot of this conflict, although I do think some of it is external, and there's kind of like a relationship that's not making this person very happy right now, but a lot of this conflict is internal conflict. Yeah, a lot of this is internal because they're trying to figure out how to pick up the pieces. They're interested right now in minimizing the fallout, or not disrupting things too much. But there is still really a thought of moving in the direction of this connection, trying to figure out how to put the pieces back together, trying to figure out how to establish contact again. But it's like they are just... they're in thought mode here. They're in figuring mode here, because with all the drama that's going on, with all the conflict that's going on, the last thing they want to do is make it worse. The last thing they want to do is put another thing on their plate that they have to deal with. So I do feel like they're kind of in self-preservation mode, and this is a huge reason why they're silent right now. And moving really slow. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, so they're moving really slow towards trying to find a solution to this. But yeah, something in their life definitely has them feeling trapped, and they're not really sure right now what to do to get themselves unstuck. Yeah, I'm looking at this Three of Pentacles energy that was at the bottom of the deck, and it feels like they want to like there's some work that they want to do. There's something that they want to work on to try to figure this out. And I'm kind of getting the feeling too that they wish that they could work with you to figure this out. But they're feeling kind of alone. They're feeling like this is a problem that they have to solve on their own. Probably because this was a choice that they made on their own. Now they're feeling like they have to figure out how to get out of it on their own. So let's look deeper into this energy with some oracles. Try to figure out what's going on with this person, what's happening in their life, where their head is right now regarding this connection, and why they're choosing to be silent right now. Oh, yeah, we have grief. Let's pull another card. There's a lot of regret here. There's a lot of regret. Okay, and we have abundance. So this grief card actually says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So yeah, I don't think that this person realized what they had until it was gone. I think this person thought that they would be okay making a decision that would kind of diverge them from this connection, but they didn't fully realize. They didn't fully realize how much that would affect them or how much they would regret this decision. Now they're in this reflection mode with the Four of Flutes, and they're starting to understand that. I feel like they didn't really appreciate this connection until it was too late. Yeah, and until they found themselves at that fork in the road place, and it's like they made a decision that set them on a path that now they're wondering, is that permanent? Do I have to stay with this choice that I made? Do I have to keep going this way? I feel like this person really recognizes the part that they played in this. This abundance card is kind of speaking to me in a couple of different ways. So for one thing, I think that really the abundance of the connection that they felt with you, the love that they felt in this connection, is now something that they are realizing is missing from their life. They're realizing that something is missing from their life, and it really is this connection that they had with you. So it's like they didn't fully appreciate this abundance until it was too late. But also this card says, I am a limitless being. I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So to me, this is saying that this person is realizing the role that they played. They're realizing what they actually what they manifested in this. This is also, to me, kind of a good sign that there is the thought of maybe manifesting something new, maybe making new decisions. But before we can decide to do something new, we have to first accept the fact that we had a role to play in how things turned out the first time around. So I feel like this person is realizing what role they played in this. It just feels to me like this person, it feels like they know how full their heart feels when they're with you and how empty things feel when they're not. This Ten of Mirrors is almost giving me like, it's kind of showing them like this is how they feel when they're in flow. It's like now they realize they were in flow. They were on the right track. They were in a full and abundant place with you. And this is kind of the way that they're feeling at this point. Really heartbroken and not whole. Let's see. Why are they silent, Spirit? Why are they silent? Okay, so we have resolve. Number 32. Let's pull another. And we have perspective. Number 22. Interesting that you had 32 and 22 come up. So those numbers might be significant to you in some way. Twos may even be significant in some way. Twos do talk about partnership. So they might have this partnership, this connection, this relationship on their mind a lot right now. With the resolve card, there is kind of a message with this card that it's like they know that their actions are ultimately going to determine how the situation turns out. I think that's why they're being so thoughtful about their next steps with this Knight of Rings, which is the Knight of Pentacles. They're being really thoughtful. They're being very, very strategic. They're trying to lay a solid plan before they make a move. This is probably why, because they're starting to realize that they want to make the right step. They want to make the right move. They don't want to find themselves in another situation where they're regretting the decision that they made. If given the opportunity, it's like they don't want to make the same mistake all over again. I also, with resolve, for some reason right now, am picking up on a little bit of stubbornness. And when I think about this card in conjunction with this Knight of Pentacles, this slow-moving energy, I think this person may be a little bit stubborn. It may have taken them a little while, and they may still be in the process of realizing that they made the wrong choice. So I feel like there was a part of them that just wanted to kind of stick to what they had planned, stick to the step that they had taken. They kind of wrote it off as like, well, this was the decision I made, so I better like see this all the way through. And that can be a little bit of where this slow energy is coming from, because they feel almost tied to this. And I guess that's sort of that feeling of being trapped too. They feel tied to the decision that they've made regarding this connection, but they want to make a different one. They want to make a different decision. So yeah, there is a little bit of stubbornness. If this has been going on for a little while, this is why, because this person didn't want to go back on what they said, what they chose, the move that they made or whatever it was. They didn't want to go back on that because they're not really sure how to, again, like minimize the fallout, how to be in damage control and backtrack at the same time, because they feel like they're just going to mess everything up that they have done, even though they are really not happy with what they've done. So then we have this perspective card, which is we have reflection with the Four of Flutes, and we have perspective. Really a repeated message here, confirmation that this person is in deep thought about this connection. They are coming to some realizations about this choice that they made not being the best one for them, about what's not satisfying them, what's missing. They're gaining a lot of perspective about this. Yeah, they are in a reflective place. I feel like there's a lot of thought here too. There's a lot of mental energy surrounding this connection for this person right now. So even if they're not in contact with you, they're thinking about this connection a lot. And they are internally conflicted. I feel like they are very, very conflicted, but at the same time, this confusion is leading to a lot of clarity for them. So really interesting. It's like they had to go into a place of more confusion to gain the clarity, almost like they had to make this choice that now they're seeing wasn't the right choice for them in order to get clear. Because like the grief card was saying, in order to really appreciate something, sometimes we have to lose it. And it's like, because this person has a little bit of a stubborn streak to them, they had to go this way. Like they almost had to get to this point. Even though they regret what they've done and they regret the action that they took, it's almost like some part of them knows they had to get to this point so they would realize that that wasn't the right choice for them. It's causing them to weigh out the pros and the cons and to figure out what they actually want, what's actually important to them. Let's pull some love story oracle cards for you. Okay, I just had a card shoot out of the deck onto the floor. So let me get that and we will see what that is. Okay, so we had strings shoot out. Number 19. Okay, yeah, that says a lot to me. That says a lot to me about how trapped this person feels. If this is another relationship, this is someone, they're in a relationship with someone who's very controlling right now. Or they feel that some element of their life is controlling a lot for them right now. They feel attached. They feel trapped in something or attached to something that they wish they could break free from. They feel like they're being held in a situation almost against their will, because I think that now they're starting to realize what they really want. And, oh yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by that. Yeah, because that makes so much sense. The security card coming out next. They're starting to realize what they want. And the situation that now they feel they've tied themselves to, this decision that they've made, they feel that like now they are tied to, it feels now like, it feels like it's controlling them. It feels like this situation is now calling the shots. And this could be a person that's calling the shots. This person might be kind of controlling what moves they make, who they have contact with. Yeah, but it doesn't feel nice. This doesn't feel like nice energy. It doesn't feel like this person's in a really happy place right now, but it does feel like they feel like their options have been eliminated, like reaching out is off the table right now. They're trying to figure out exactly what they want, what moves they can make that will not cause too much damage. I do think for a lot of you, this person has chosen a relationship with a very controlling person. Yeah, okay. With the security card, I'm picking up on this feeling of, it's like this person feels obligated to another person or another situation in their life. And in a way, they do feel comfortable because it's like this is the choice that they made, and they feel some sense of comfort from being the person that sticks to the decision that they made, sticks to the process, sticks to the plan. There is some sort of comfort there. This person really might be an earth sign. Strong Capricorn energy coming through, but I think we talked about earth signs showing up in this reading before, but they could be Taurus or Virgo, but it does feel like they have this element of them that wants to move kind of slowly through things, that wants to follow things through, to dot all their I's, cross all their T's in a way, and like planning something and then not following through with it is making them feel a little bit insecure. So they are someone who will gravitate toward that sense of security. I think now they're starting to see that there's really no security in a situation that's not making them happy. It's just familiar to them, but it's not secure. Yeah, I feel like even if this is a situation that they haven't been in for very long, it's almost like they've planned it for longer than they've been in it in some cases. So they might even still get a sense of security just from knowing that they're following through with the plan that they set forth, or they're following through with the plan that they always saw for themselves. So they may have they may have gone after something that they always thought they would, and there's some security in that. But I think they're seeing there's also a lot of security in this connection with you because there's a lot of abundance there. There's a lot of fullness there, and that's what they're missing. So let's grab some Romance Angels cards, and I want to see maybe a potential outcome for the situation, next steps this person might take, or where their thought process is leading them. Let's see. Oh, yeah. We have let go of control issues. Yeah, we're talking about control. That theme is coming up a lot in this reading. Let's see what else. Ooh, we have very soon. Okay, yeah, this theme of control is coming up a lot. I feel like this person feels like they are being controlled by some situation in their life. They also, they may have some issues themselves in terms of control, wanting to control the outcome, wanting to control the scenario, maybe even wanting to be in control in terms of this no contact that's going on. Like they might feel like they're in more of a powerful place or in more control by controlling the amount of contact that goes on in this connection. But I think for a lot of you, this this mention of control issues has to do with external factors in this person's life. They're in a relationship with someone who's extremely controlling, or there's a situation controlling them in their lives, and it just really ties in with this strings card. They feel almost like they're a puppet. Yeah, it's really, it's not even comfortable energy to sort through. They kind of feel like they're at the mercy of some external situation in their life, and like their choices aren't their own, and there's this feeling of being trapped. But with this card, let go of control issues, and then we have very soon. So it looks like this person is coming to a place where they're starting to see that they don't have to let this situation, this person, this circumstance control them, that they have a choice in the matter, that they did have a choice at one point. They may have made a choice that they're not happy with, but that doesn't mean that they can't choose again. So I think they're starting to see that they can let go of some of this and they can make different choices. And they're going to be seeing that very soon. They're going to be gaining that clarity very soon. I feel like that's because of this reflection, this perspective. There's a lot of thought going into this. Yeah, there's a lot of thought going into this, and there's a lot of guilt that this person feels. So that's what's kind of putting them into this reflective state. So yeah, I hope that this reading was helpful for you in your connection, gave you a little bit of insight into what's going on. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you did enjoy this reading, if any of these messages resonated with you, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I'll see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.